B-Marsh Boxing, we back at it with another breakdown and prediction. Another pay-per-view this weekend, this time in the United States. San Antonio, Alamo Dome to be exact. Texas. Ooh, yeah. You already know about Texas. If you don't know, well, I don't know what to say. Texas, man. Oh my gosh. All I have to say is Marco Antonio Barrera versus Rocky Juarez. Pernell Whitaker versus Julio Cesar Chavez. Brian Vera versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. What else? And fighting in Texas, man, all I could say is you better let your two fists be the judges. That's how I'm going to set off this video. Breakdown and prediction time. Gervonta Tank Davis from Baltimore, Maryland, 410. What's up with y'all? Get up in this comment section. Get up in the chat. Big up your champion. 37-1, Leo Santa Cruz. 19 KOs from Mexico versus Gervonta Tank Davis. I believe Tank Davis is like 22-0, maybe with 21 KOs. Or is it 23-0 with 22 KOs? Something to that effect. You know, Tank Davis will be the shorter fighter, about 5'5", 5'5.5" with a 67.5-inch reach. And I believe Leo Santa Cruz about 5'7", 5'7", maybe 5'7.5", with a 69-inch reach. So not so much of a difference as far as the reach is concerned. I don't think 2 inches will make a difference in this particular fight, you know what I'm saying? Tank Davis is the more explosive fighter, no question about it. Has fought a plethora, a slew of smaller fighters for most of his career, if not all of his career. And Tank Davis has a lot of casual fans. I hope the casual fans know what they watching when they rate this guy, Gervonta Davis, as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. And this is not hyperbole. These are things these people say. So, with that being said, he knocked out a smaller Yuriokis Gamboa, stoppage actually in the 12th round. Ricardo Nunez, guy from Panama, previously fought, never heard of him. Hugo Ruiz was a guy who started at flyweight. Yeah, or super flyweight, one of the two. I want to say 115. Yes, 115 super flyweight. Hugo Ruiz got knocked out in 1 round by Gervonta Tank Davis. This was a much smaller guy who had been primarily fighting at 122 pounds. Was brought up to the 130 pounds, hence why he got knocked out in the first round. Jesus Cuellar from Argentina got stopped in the 3rd round. Got destroyed by the body shots. Again, this fight was at 130 pounds, and Jose Cuellar is a career 122-pounder who did move up to featherweight at a time. Francisco Fonseca. Now that guy might have been a legit 130-pounder. Liam Walsh, Jose Pedraza. Those are the marquee fights that the man Tank Davis has been involved with since he became a world champion. Now Tank Davis, I'm sure wants to impress, considering his last fight versus 38-year-old Gamboa. He didn't look at his best. He didn't look that great in that fight. As a matter of fact, he looked garbage considering Gamboa tore his Achilles tendon in the 2nd round. Okay, man fought with a torn Achilles tendon from round 2 till 12, and Tank Davis had to get the help of the referee to stop the man. You know what I'm saying? So I think this fight right here. Look, Leo Santa Cruz just got his first pay-per-view. been a long time coming. He's been a pro since 2006. 14 years in the making. After ducking a slew of black fighters, from Guillermo Rigondeaux to Gary Russell, the last time Leo Santa Cruz fought a black fighter was maybe in 2014 when he achieved his first world title when he fought a South African guy for a vacant IBF title at bantamweight. That is the last time this guy Santa Cruz has fought a black fighter. And it's not like there haven't been any black fighters in the campaigns in the divisions he's campaigned at. Whether it was Guillermo Rigondeaux with 122, him and Carl Frampton decided, and Scott Quigg, all three of them decided to all fight each other and dunk the lineal champion at 122 pounds. No wonder Carl Frampton and Scott Quigg ain't never gonna go nowhere as far as Hall of Fame or anything like that. They didn't want to take any risks. They did take, and that's what it is. Look at Leo Santa Cruz, ducked the man Gary Russell all these years because he knows the beating he got from Gary Russell when they were in the amateurs. So he said, why would I want to go through what this guy tormented me as a teenager? Why would I want to relive that nightmare as a grown-ass man with kids and family? Forget about it. I got bigger and better things to do. That's how the man Leo Santa Cruz carried the man Gary Russell. But with that being said, I've never had a problem with Leo Santa Cruz. I actually think he's a good guy. I've always thought he's a good guy, humble guy, a guy who I do like the admiration and the respect and the love that he does have for his father, you know what I mean? I think that is the love that he has for his father. It just shows that he is a good person. And I watched the little All Access thing on Showtime, and it just proved to me of a stand-up dude. Besides from the boxing, politics, and ducking guys, Leo Santa Cruz seems to be a stand-up dude, you know what I mean? And I respect him for that. With his black onyx earrings, and the man always never has nothing bad to say about anybody. You know what I'm saying? Even didn't have nothing bad to say about Gary Russell when he had his pops in a friendly little chokehold. You heard? So this fight right here, man, the only reason it's happening like this, Floyd Mayweather and them, they try to make this a black versus a Hispanic extravaganza. That is how the man Floyd Mayweather rose to prominence in the boxing game, as far as becoming the power maker in boxing, the cash cow. So I think in this particular fight, it's gonna be a difficult fight to call. You know what I mean? I think Leo Santa Cruz, being the taller fighter with the longer reach, but how often does he use that? I've only really seen him use it in maybe three fights, and that's the Carl Frampton rematch and both Abner Maris fights. Besides that, this guy, Leo Santa Cruz, is a Mexican pressure fighter. 100 punches per round. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. Man can throw 1,000 punches in a fight. Tank Davis in his last couple fights looks like he's having that Adrian Broner syndrome. One punch at a time, keeping his hands in his pockets. Styles make fights. And that's why this makes for an interesting clash. Tank Davis got power in both hands. He's a southpaw. Leo Santa Cruz, the orthodox fighter. Leo Santa Cruz does have a habit, though, of engaging in wars. But he knows who to engage in wars with. He don't fight no punches. Is that the truth or is that a lie? That's absolutely the truth. He don't fight no big punches. This is the biggest puncher he's going to have faced in his whole career. You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell is a puncher. His right hook is devastating. Want to know smoke with that. Gamble Riggin has an accurate, precise, bone crushing. Man's a bone crusher. Okay. Besides that, man, the guy hasn't really fought no punches. You know what I mean? Kiko Martinez was a puncher. I take that back. But Kiko Martinez, at the time when he fought the man Leo Santa Cruz, he had been knocked out a few times. I'm sad he had been stopped. He is a former world champion, absolutely, you know what I mean, who does rely a lot on his power. But Kiko Martinez, at that juncture when he fought the man Leo Santa Cruz, especially being the shorter fighter with the shorter reach, at that juncture of his career when he got stopped by Leo Santa Cruz, he had already been stopped by guys like Scott Quigg. You know what I'm saying? And Carl Frampton at that, So it's difficult, man, for this particular fight to call. But I think that the man Leo Santa Cruz, keys to victory, he's gonna have to fight the smartest fight of his life, most perfect fight of his life. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis throws a powerful jab. He does have a stinging jab, but Tank Davis is a power shots guy more than a jab. Leo Santa Cruz is a punches and bunches guy. He doesn't really switch angles, not so much footwork. Man is pretty much, the man is heavy-footed in the pocket. You know what I mean? Leo Santa Cruz has a habit also of just putting his head down, closing his eyes, and just wailing punches. Can't do that versus Tank Davis. Tank Davis, and if anything, needs to engage him into that type of fight. A type of fight where Leo Santa Cruz will open himself up with all those punches and bunches and get clocked in between. That's what primarily I think Tank Davis' key to victory is, trying to engage this guy in a fight. If he tries to make this into a boxing match, I don't think he can beat Leo Santa Cruz in a boxing match. Because a boxing match would suggest that the man Leo Santa Cruz is boxing, keeping him at the end of his jab. Kind of like what he did versus Frampton in the second fight, and what's his name? Abner Maris. You know what I mean? You check it. Tank Davis needs to bob and weave his way on the inside. Get on the inside and unleash body shots and throw them left and right hooks, especially the right hook. And I mean, on the southpaw fighter, it's a thing of beauty. And if Leo Santa Cruz is not careful, look, I could say Leo Santa Cruz got a chin because I've only seen him stumble or combo wobbled once, and it wasn't like the man was hurt. It was a left hook showing up from Carl Frampton, but he was off balance, and man just stumbled towards the ropes. It should have been called a knockdown because the ropes did hold him up, but I don't think the man was severely hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I think that the man Leo Santa Cruz needs to fight a perfect fight from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis has a faster footwork. Tank Davis actually has a faster hand speed too. But Tank Davis his punch output is not the same as the man Leo Santa Cruz. And that's where Leo Santa Cruz has to take advantage. Don't give this guy Tank Davis any time to think. Pump that jab, throw punches in straight lines. If you're a Mexican like you claim you are, and he is Mexican, you have to go into the Mexican body punching school. You know what I'm saying? Throw them left hooks to the body, right hooks to the body. But you also got to keep yourself at bay as far as keeping your right hand up from the orthodox stance. You know what I'm saying? To protect your chin. You know what I mean? When you pumping that jab or digging them left hooks to the body, you check it. He has to keep his high guard up, keep his elbows tucked in. You know what I'm saying? But he can't give the man Tank Davis any time to think. Tank Davis' punch output in the last fight versus Gamboa was pathetic. He knows that. We know that. Anybody who doesn't know that are the Tank Davis fanatics. And he does have fanboys. They're not so much as far as annoying or anything because they don't know shit about boxing. They just gravitated to a urban fighter who they think is a KO master. Okay? And sure enough, he has probably the highest KO percentage in boxing right now. But that's what you're going to get when you're fighting smaller guys all day, every day. You know what I mean? You check it. So as far as the skills, as boxing skill set, I think boxing skill set is they pretty much about even. We're going to see dimensions from Dio Santa Cruz in order to win this fight that we haven't seen in a while. And he definitely has the experience. Could you believe this? This guy's a 4 different division champion. Only in this new era of boxing can a guy like Tank Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, be a 4 different division champion. Could you believe that shit? From 118 IBF, 126 WBA, 122 WBA, and 130 WBA. You know what I mean? He's never held the green strap Mexican style. And there's no green belt on the line as far as this fight. But that's what that man Leo Santa Cruz needs to do. Tank Davis, in order to win this fight, keys to victory, he's going to have to apply pressure, get on the inside. He's going to have to nullify the man's straight punches, whether it's the jab or the straight right hand. And he's going to have to make this guy start throwing them hooks. Hook with the hooker, and he will get clapped. I'm trying to tell you, man. Look, Leo Santa Cruz, like I said, man, has showed a sturdy chin in his whole career. But which punches has he fought? None. He's fighting one this weekend. You know what I mean? And I think Leo Santa Cruz, I don't know if he'll have the discipline for 12 rounds to stay on the outside. And him being the smaller fighter, you know, this man, Tank Davis, might be the stronger fighter. This fight is at 130 pounds, which in my opinion is a slight edge favorite to the man Leo Santa Cruz. Yes, Leo Santa Cruz has only had one fight in his career at 130 pounds, but the guy Tank Davis struggles to make weight, especially at 130. He struggled to make 135. You know what I'm saying? So will he be in a weight loss camp, or is he sharpening his skill set? Time will tell, you know what I mean? But I think at this fight, being at 130 pounds favors the man Leo Santa Cruz slightly, because if it was at 135 pounds, shit, he'd be a little too frail for that division, you know? So I think this fight, man, will be a close fight. And I think this fight will be a controversial decision. I told y'all heard what I said before. Texas. That's all I got to say. This fight is in Texas, you know what I'm saying? And I think we're going to see a controversial decision, you know what I mean? Don't be surprised if the judges give it to Tank Davis. Don't be surprised if they give the fight to Leo Santa Cruz, because this fight is going to be in hostile territory for the African-American fighter. And when I say hostile territory, I mean that this fight is in it's going to be a pro-Mexican crowd over there at the Alamo Dome. Yeah, you think I'm front? And just go look at Adrian Broner versus Marcos Maidana. Where was it? At the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, where David Robinson, the Admiral, used to play before Tim Duncan came on the scene. That was David Robinson house, you know what I mean, in the 90s. So it's going to be a pro-Mexican crowd. Who the judges will be, the judges and the referee will play a factor in this fight. So I got this fight being a controversial decision. Could go either way. I'm going to lean towards Tank Davis possibly winning a close decision, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be surprised if this fight also goes in Leo Santa Cruz's favor, you know what I mean? This was a very good fight right here, you know what I'm saying? When I first heard about it, I wasn't too thrilled about the fight, because I was like, Jesus Christ, the battle of the gay Russell duckers. They freeze Gay Russell out in order to fight each other at a pay-per-view at that. So when this fight was first announced, I wasn't too keen on it. I wasn't looking forward to it. I am now. B-March Boxing. That's my leave your thoughts and comments. I got the man Tank Davis slightly winning a split or majority decision. Fight could be a draw, could be a 7-5 going either way. Fight is in Texas, sure enough, but I think I'm going to edge it slightly to Tank Davis. Main Boxing Bike in the chat, he says, I hope Tank... Main Boxing Biker says, I hope Tank KO this duck artist. We shall see. Main Boxing Biker says, Leo is a weird chump, man. This man said he won't fight Reed because he don't think he can beat her. Yeah, and he also said his daddy told him not to fight him. Main Boxing Biker says, Floyd trying to have Tank follow the Mexican assassin line. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Main Boxing Biker says, Leo have a long torso in a fight and a high guard, so Tank need to kill his body. Yes, indeed. That's going to be the keys to victory for Tank Davis as far as to get on the inside and put the pressure on him. He's going to have to rip him to the body, you know what I'm saying, and make this guy start throwing hooks. And if Leo Santa Cruz do that shit where he closes his eyes and just starts wheeling punches, Tank Davis will be salivating because a KO is imminent. Dead Game Boxing says, salute B. Salute my guy. Big up to Dead Game Boxing. You already know. Big up to Main Boxing Biker. That's my breakdown and prediction. I got slightly favoring the Tank Davis, and I think we're going to have a controversial fight over there in Texas. Beamer the BK, what the deal, my G? Beamer the BK says, Beamer in the building. That uppercut to the torso will hurt Leo early. Yes, indeed. Getting on the inside and keeping this guy at close range is Tank Davis's best option. You know what I mean? Tank Davis can set up. Eventually, the man Tank Davis is gonna want to get on the inside and start ripping them hooks. You know what I'm saying? And power shots. That's his game, and I think that's what he's gonna employ in order to win this fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's my breakdown and prediction. 22 minutes in. Big ups to Beamer the BK. Big ups to Main Boxing Biker. Big ups to Dead Game Boxing. Salute to all y'all. Thanks for coming through. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. B Marsh Boxing. I'm gone.